We always hear the terminology or phrase that nobody is unprotected like the black woman. Nobody offers her any protection, especially black men. And this is why black women have to go out and do this and go out and do that. But I'd like to make a case against that argument today. And I want to say that nobody protects black women like black men. Nobody protects black women like black men do. And if you don't believe me, I dare you to consider most black men's life, in which most of us come up underneath a home without a father. Now, people are going to say, aha, well, there you go. Well, what I mean when I send out a father is number one, mama picked a guy that wasn't worth having sex with or not worth having, or she ran him off, or the father is still in the boy's home, but he's not in the home. Those are the scenarios that young black men grow up with. All right. And when that happens, this puts the young black man or young black boy coming up in the home as a person who needs to rescue his mother from day one. Because his mother is feeding him this stuff. Oh, your daddy ain't this. Your daddy ain't that. And a lot of that time, in my opinion, that's accumulating his hatred for his own father. It could be a lie, okay? So turning one son against his father, blaming the father for why he left or why they're not together. Being that a lot of women will have a baby just to have the baby with no intention on staying with the father. So this young black man has already been traumatized in many cases by his own mom that his father did this. His father didn't want to be in his life. And it puts immense pressure on an 8 or 7 or 4-year-old boy to say, you know what? I'm going to do what my father didn't do. Without even knowing the whole picture, without even knowing the whole story. So this young black man is trying to make a way for himself. Now, the mother may have a good job, or she might not have a good enough job. And then she lives a lot of times in places where the surrounding environment is too much for some brothers. Living in the projects, the Bounty Hunter projects, Nickerson Garden projects, Park Village in Compton, Cabrini Green when it was there in Chicago. And then you hear the story about, well, I'm doing the best I can. You know, they love to say that. I'm doing the best I can with what I got. And honestly, she's trying to give the boy a better life, but she's struggling. So some young black men, because of that financial situation, they start trying to be the man of the house at an early age. And they have dreams. Some of them would like to be pilots. Some of them want to be doctors or police officers. But, you know, when your mama is broken, she can't buy you things and can't do anything for you. Then you turn to the streets. Then you start selling drugs. Then you start committing crimes. Then you start going to jail. And for a lot of brothers that are in jail, or a lot of brothers that go that route, they do that because this is what I need to do to protect my family. I need to go and help my mom. I need to go help my sister. So this is what happens. And then in other cases where you have brothers who don't go that route, but they have some athletic ability. Football players, basketball players, brothers who put themselves through so much physical stress, damaging their bodies and their careers. Not necessarily because they want the money all for themselves, but you know what their motivation to do that is? It's their mom. I want to buy my mom a house. My mom a car. We saw what DJ Academics did. His mom came to America with 3 single children and bought her a car, bought her a house. See, a lot of brothers are motivated by taking care of their mother, their women. Now, let's talk about other brothers out there who do it in many different ways. Some brothers want to take care of their wives, their girlfriends, go off to the military, risk their lives. We don't want to talk about those brothers, do we? We don't talk about those brothers who are participating in neighborhood watches. We don't talk about those brothers who built colleges and built universities, or those brothers who give to causes like that. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about the times that brothers take in women who have been battered and all this other stuff. We don't talk about these things. But a young black man grows up trying to provide for black women. It's embedded in him. Now, here's another thing. When one of you sisters, and I've seen this happen before, will start something with somebody, some man talking trash to him, you will go to your own brother and say such and such is bothering me. Get your brother to go out there and fight somebody that you done started something with. Your brother go knock him out or get knocked out, and there's a beef, and then the brother goes to jail. How many times that has happened? You know how many black men are in prison? I know this is a repeat, but how many black men are in prison because their sisters, their girlfriends started something? And then the black man, because he's not necessarily always a thinker, let's just be honest. Some of these brothers out here ain't that bright. He's not listening to your story and how it makes sense. He don't have the decorum and the knowledge to go and really research it for himself and go find out from the other brother if that really happened. So he responds the only way he knows how, hypermasculinity and violence, because he wants to protect his sister. I've seen brothers do that with their own moms. Mama go and start something, and here come the brother. She using the boy because he's big or because he got homies to come tear some stuff up. Then they go to jail. They get 10 years, 15 years. Then all of a sudden you come back and say, all these black men are in jail. I can't find me a good black man. You got a felony. You don't want to work. You lazy. Why you can't find a job? It's almost like you don't want to take responsibility for the creation of this struggle Negro. And this Negro loves you still, which kills me. You know, as much as sisters have talked bad about certain brothers, about what they've done, a lot of black men have done nothing. All they could with what they had, because that's what y'all always say. I did the best I can. Listen, when you're raising these brothers, these boys, and not giving them the opportunity, some of y'all having babies you can't afford to take care of. You know, let me just say this. I know I'm switching gears, but you know what? When I was taking physics, for biology majors, and I saw some of the other students that were there at the university level, their dads had set them up. Their families had set them up. Dad was a mechanical engineer. Mom was an engineer. I'm watching the McCaffrey story of Ed McCaffrey. You know, his son is Christian McCaffrey in the NFL. And Ed McCaffrey's wife, Christian McCaffrey's mother, she went to Stanford on a soccer scholarship. Her father, Dave Syme, was an Olympian and ophthalmologist. Ed McCaffrey was a honor student at Stanford studying economics. See, I'm just giving an example, but white people typically, when they have children, they give them a chance to start off doing something in life. See, black mothers don't think like that when they have us. Y'all don't start us off with the right guy. You don't start us off in the right situation. What you do is, I feel like having a baby, let me have it. No money, no resources. You're growing them up in the wrong neighborhoods. What do you think he's going to turn out to be? Huh? What do you think he's going to become? Young lady, what do you think that boy or that young lady has a chance to become? And I'm pointing the finger at you because you're the only one that can deliver this guy into the world, this young lady into the world. Because you want to have a baby, you feel like it's you against the world, and then the baby comes out, and the boy, you shame the boy to make him feel like he's your protector. So now he got to drop out of college to take care of you. Now when he go to school and somebody talks about his mama, who's the first person to fight? Nobody defends black women's honor like a black man does. With their mama, they sisters, they girlfriends, they friends, or whatever. Some of these dudes are so simplified out, it's a shame. So when you have this young man and he doesn't know how to do things, now you want to be mad at him. He don't know how to build communities, you mad at him. He don't know how to conflict resolve, you mad at him. Well, he doing the best that he got. That's the position you put him in. He's supposed to figure all this stuff out. So now that he ain't shit, he ain't no good, he don't know what he doing, you want to be mad. But you got to take accountability for the fact that this is the guy that you have been delivering in the black community the last 45 years. That's what you do. That's your behavior. This is a reflection. Like David Carroll says, that's the guy. That's him. It's him, it's him, it's him. And no matter how mean you've been to him, no matter how much you talked about him, you told him that he wasn't going to be nothing, he just like his daddy, he loves you. You don't want to go to his games, you don't want to do anything, he loves you. And he defends your honor. Even when he shouldn't sometimes. And you want to talk about this? Well, I'll tell you what, if you want better black men out there, if you want guys out there that ain't attached to their mamas, then you check other sisters and tell them, stop having these babies you can't take care of. Stop having these babies with no daddy there that ain't going to stay there and be there with them. Do that so that way your daughters can have a better black man. How about that? And to say that these brothers don't protect black women, it's a shame. You're not rearing great protectors. You're not rearing great builders. What you raise up is F-boys. Emotional boys. Boys you put under pressure at a young age. Stress them out at a young age to take care of everything. Some brothers can't even go to college because they have the pressure of, man, I can't afford to go here, can't got the money, can't do this, I need to go work, I need to get into the trades, I need to make some money right now. That's what black men have to go up against. A lot of white guys don't have to go up against that. The mothers are not setting up their children, both black women and men, to do anything right. And it's these parents. And that's the truth. You guys don't have to like it. I don't care. But I'm not going to let you sit here and say that, these brothers don't want to protect women or do things like that. Listen. That's what is being reared. And anybody with a response video, and if you're a person that happens to be a mother that have no kid, you're a single mom or something like that, you're contributing to the problem. I'm out. Peace.